Hello there, boxing fans. Thank you for joining me once again for another episode of Boxing News Today on Talk and Fight, courtesy of our friends over at Boxing 247, who supplies with all these great stories every single day. And if you want to check them out yourself, please go to their website, boxing247.com. Let's start off with the big news of the day. Dillian Whyte versus Otto Wallin. Their October 30th bout is off now. Dillian Whyte has suffered an injury, apparently, to his shoulder. Which one, we don't know right now. Here's the story. Boxing247.com has that the much-anticipated bout between Dillian Whyte and Sweden's Otto Wallin is off, with Whyte supposedly picking up a shoulder injury. It was scheduled as the main event of a card from O2 Arena in London to be shown on DAZN. It is not known at this time whether Wallin will take on a late replacement and not hope for a rescheduled date with Whyte, as there are whispers of Whyte going in directly with Tyson Fury for the WBC title and not a rescheduled date with Wallin, which is the norm. Strange. ProBellum teams up with Scotland's Kainak Boxing. ProBellum is thrilled to announce a co-promotional agreement with Scotland's Kainak Boxing, led by respected figure Sam Kainak. Kainak has become the most active promoter in Scotland in recent years, showcasing the very best talent that country has to offer. The promotion is home to over 30 fighters, including the likes of Hannah Rankin, Nathaniel Collins, Dean Sutherland, and Paul Keane. They've already promoted 6 events so far in 2021, with 2 more scheduled over the next month in iconic venues, Trump Turnberry and the Crown Plaza in Glasgow. Kainak Boxing was founded in 2018 by Sam Kainak, who traded in a career as a corporate lawyer with Scotland's largest commercial law firm to operate full-time in the boxing industry. Congratulations to him and his company, and of course, ProBellum. Speaking of management companies, Split T's Santillan, Martinez, Morales, and Madeira win at the weekend. Something we overlooked yesterday. Friday night, down in San Diego, California, Split T fighters racked up 3 victories as Jhonny Santillan remained undefeated with a 10-round unanimous decision over Angel Ruiz in a welterweight bout. Santillan was able to get off the better of the fast-paced fight by landing hard combinations on the inside. The fight was fought at close quarters, with many exchanges that saw Santillan land more and harder. Javier Martinez remained undefeated as he battered Darryl Jones over 6 rounds to win a unanimous decision in a middleweight bout. And he's, by the way, promoted by Top Rank. 6'9", Antonio Morales made a successful pro debut with a first-round stoppage over DeMonte Randall in a heavyweight bout. You might recall we talked about this on the Friday night panel. In round 1, Morales dropped Randall with a right hook. Seconds later, Morales landed a hard flurry that sent Randall into the ropes for a knockdown. Morales ended the fight with a right hook to the side of the head that sent Randall down, and the fight was stopped at 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Morales, who's 262.2 pounds, hails from Des Moines, Iowa, and is now 1-0 with 1 knockout. Randall, who's 314 pounds, is out of Kansas City, Missouri. He's now 2-2. Morales is also promoted by Top Rank. Saturday night at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, Will Madeira spoiled the American debut of Jamshedek Najmedinov after round 5 of a scheduled 8-round super lightweight fight. In round 4, the nose of Najmedinov began to bleed. Does Christian do this to me on purpose? Najmedinov also hurt his left arm, and the fight was halted after round 5 because of those injuries. Good stuff. Madeira, by the way, is promoted by Liveco Boxing. Split team manager was undefeated featherweight Haven Brady Jr., who we've interviewed on Talk and Fight, will be in action this Saturday night in Atlanta. Good stuff. Prince Octopus Zany moves into the IBF Bantam rankings at number 11. Salida Promotions is proud to announce that exciting undefeated Ghanaian prospect Prince Octopus Zany officially entered the IBF's world rankings for the 118-pound bantamweight fighters this month at number 11. Zany is now 22-0 with 18 knockouts, was last seen battering veteran countryman Sharif Karim, who's 9-3 with 7 knockouts, over 5 one-sided rounds at the Bukom Boxing Arena in Ghana. Before turning professional in 2012, the long-armed power puncher was a 3-time Ghanaian champion and All-Africa bronze medalist. He also represented his homeland of Ghana at the 2008 Olympics in Beijing, China. Good for him. Good to hear the Ghanaians getting a crack at some decent world titles. Coming up soon, I'm sure. World Cup Boxing Series signs undefeated prospect Luis Coriano Torres. World Cup Boxing Series, co-founded by CEO Terry Holland and matchmaker Guy Taylor, announced today that WCBS has signed undefeated Mexican lightweight prospect Luis Coriano Torres, who's 15-0 with 11 knockouts, to a long-term multi-year promotional contract. The 19-year-old Torres, the reigning WBC Youth Lightweight World Champion, is a rising star in his native Mexico, having defeated quality opponents such as Orlando Zepeda, Juan Marco Rodriguez, Gregorio Soto, Jose Luis Vasquez, Jose Paez, and Diego Fabian Elegio. He, Torres, is a real contender, WCBS CEO Terry Holland commented, and the boxing world will see that very soon. I'm truly honored to have a World Cup Boxing Series be part of the exciting future of Luis Torres. Jessica Bopp defends her WBA title against Johanna Blanco Zuniga on October 22nd. Jessica Bopp going toe-to-toe against Johanna Zuniga on Friday, October 27th in Colombia. So Jessica Tuti Bopp will defend her World Boxing Association super flyweight belt against the Venezuela Zuniga in Colombia on October 22nd. Did I say that right? October 22nd. Tuti recently entered the World Guinness Book of Records for being the longest reigning boxer with a world title. In December 2008, she won the interim title of Pioneer Entity and has made a total of 22 successful defenses to date. In this opportunity, the champion representing Argentina will fight against the young fighter from Venezuela, Johanna Zuniga, who has just defeated Evlides Ultimata with a resounding knockout last July. This will be her first world title shot. While Bopp has a total of 36 victories or 16 knockouts and only 2 setbacks, Zuniga will come to the fight with 16 undefeated fights, 9 of which have been by knockout. So that promises to be a great fight for those young ladies. Good stuff. Artem Delevyan faces Luis Conceicao on November 20th in Kiev, Ukraine. Man, I'm having a tough one. Union Boxing confirmed that Artem Delevyan and Luis Nika Conceicao will fight on November 20th in Kiev, Ukraine, for the World Boxing Association flyweight title. After winning the bidding, the promoter had given 3 possible dates, and only remains to say in which of which those were going to be fight. This weekend, they announced this Saturday, November 20th, the date chosen for the mandatory fight between the Ukrainian and the Panamanian. Delevyan, born in Azerbaijan but out of Ukrainian nationality, is undefeated and has been a 112-pound champion since 2018 when he defeated Brian Viloria by unanimous decision. He has since made 4 defenses of the black and gold belt. The mandatory opponent is Conceicao, who earned that status because he was the interim champion before the WBA's title reduction plan began. The Central American will now have the opportunity to fight for the crown, although he have a tough challenge away from home. Delevyan is undefeated in 20 fights with 14 knockouts, while Conceicao has a record of 39 wins, 8 losses, and 28 knockouts. Here are some press conference quotes coming out of the Lyndon Arthur versus Anthony Yard press conference. Let's see. Frank Warren today hosted a press conference to announce British boxing's big light heavyweight rematch between Lyndon Arthur and Anthony Yarde. That's going to be held in the Copper Box Arena in London on December 4th. King Arthur will make the third defense of his Commonwealth Championship against Ilford puncher Yarde, who's 21-2 with 20 knockouts, as I said, at the Copper Box Arena in London on Saturday, December 4th. Also on the line will be the position as number one challenger to the WBO world champion Joe Smith. The pair first met last December when Manchester's Arthur, who's 19-0 with 13 knockouts, edged out his greatest rival on a split decision after 12 rounds. Now they will lock horn once again, and with even more at stake. Here are a selection of quotes from today's tension-filled head-to-head meeting between the boxers and their camps, where Arthur's trainer, Pat Barrett, eventually stormed out after clashing with Yarde's coach, Tunde Ajayi. Sorry, this is funny. All right, let's start off with Lyndon Arthur. He, Yarde, didn't want to come to Manchester and fight me. I believe they were too scared to come to Manchester. He's going to come out fast. There isn't a chance on this earth he can outbox me. I know for a fact he'll try to do. The only thing he can try is knock me out. Yarde. You, Arthur, got no fan base. It didn't matter where the fight was, and it, going to Manchester, didn't get put to me. I don't care where I fight. I've been to Russia to fight, so all that talk is not right. I just said, make the rematch happen. I don't BS. I don't do excuses. Judges said I lost. The fight went that way it went, and that's it. If I land a shot and knock him down, I won't wait for him to recover. I'll finish the job. I'm going to knock him out. Pat came into the changing room and said, we was lucky. It was a close fight. I know how you're going to come to the next fight. I'm going to do everything to not make the rematch happen. I want my boy to make so money. All right. There are a few more juicy quotes. Go to boxing247.com to read that story and more. But I do like reading the occasional fighter comments. They are quite funny. Ryan Garcia undergoes successfully his surgery. Undefeated lightweight contender Ryan Garcia underwent surgery to repair damage to his right hand and wrist, which occurred during a sparring session. Ryan was discharged from the Cedars-Sinai Kurlan-Jobe Institute, a world leader in the treatment of sport-related injury and illnesses. The Canelo team fighter canceled his November 27th bout against Jojo Diaz, but he's expected to be able to return to the ring in early 2022. Ryan Garcia has not fought since January 2021 when he defeated Luke Campbell. He took a break to deal with and resolve mental health issues that kept him out of the ring. Ryan commented, "The surgery was a success. Thanks for your support. I'm very happy." In a photo that shows a healing in his right hand while the boxer is in a hospital gurney. And you can see that photo, as I said, on boxing247.com. And that, my friends, is the end of today's show. Thank you for joining me on Boxing News today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, where we'll have all the news courtesy of our friends over at boxing247.com. And remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. See you tomorrow.